It was like my entire business was kidnapped. Every file, every customer order, gone, replaced by this note. My life's work held hostage. And the clock was ticking. My name is Alex. I run a small online bakery. It's my passion. All my recipes, my customer lists, my financials, everything, lived on my computer. And one Tuesday morning, I woke up to find it all locked away by a digital kidnapper. This is the story of how I faced one of the scariest threats online, ransomware. But more importantly, this is how it works, the insane damage it causes, and the exact steps you can take, right now, to make sure this never, ever happens to you. We're going to break down how this digital kidnapping works, and I'll give you the playbook to make sure your files are never held hostage. Staring at that screen, I had a million questions. What does encrypted even mean? Is this a virus? Did I mess up? It was a cold mix of confusion and pure dread. Let's just break it down. Ransomware is a type of malware that holds your stuff for ransom. Imagine you own a bakery. A criminal breaks in, but instead of stealing your ovens, they lock every recipe, every customer phone number, and all your money books inside a super safe. They leave a note on the counter demanding a ton of cash for the combination. You can see the safe. Everything you need is locked inside. That's exactly what ransomware does to your digital life. It doesn't delete your files, at least not at first. Instead, it uses something called encryption to scramble them into a secret code that only the attacker can decipher. The file's still there, but without the special key to unlock it, it's just garbage. So how does this even happen? The scariest part is it usually starts with something totally normal. For criminals, the easiest way in isn't to blast through a wall, it's to trick you into opening the door for them. The most common way is phishing. You get an email that looks legit, a shipping notification, an invoice, a warning from your bank. It looks real, has the right logos, and makes you feel like you need to act fast. But hidden inside is a bad link or a bad attachment. For me, it was an email about a huge catering order with a file named order_details.docs. I was excited. I clicked it, and in that 1 second, the thief was inside. Another way they get in is through software that isn't updated. Think of your computer's programs as a house with windows and doors. Sometimes, a window lock is found to be broken. The software company releases an update or a patch to fix it. If you ignore those update pop-ups, you're leaving a window unlocked, and criminals are constantly looking for those easy ways in. Finally, they can just log in. They buy lists of stolen usernames and passwords from the dark web and just try them everywhere, hoping you reuse passwords. If your email password is the same as your bank password, you've just given them the master key. The second I clicked that attachment, the ransomware started working silently, scanning for anything valuable: documents, photos, spreadsheets. Then, one by one, it put a digital padlock on all of them. The last step was the ransom note. That skull on my screen wasn't just a threat, it was the kidnapper announcing they were in charge. The shock turned into pure panic. My first thought, just restart the computer. Maybe it's a bug. But when it booted back up, the nightmare was still there. Same note, same ticking clock. I tried to open the recipe for our best-selling sourdough. The file was there, but when I clicked, it was just a mess of random symbols. My customer database, encrypted. My accounting software with all our invoices, locked down. My business was completely paralyzed. I couldn't take new orders. I couldn't look up addresses for deliveries. I couldn't even call my suppliers. My bakery was closed, not because of a broken oven, but because some invisible enemy took its brain hostage. Then I reread the note. Pay 5 Bitcoin. At the time, that was tens of thousands of dollars. An insane amount for my small business. But then I saw the second threat, a tactic called double extortion. They didn't just say my files were locked. They said, your data has been stolen. The attackers were threatening to not only keep my files locked but to leak them online if I didn't pay. This meant my secret recipes, my private financial records, and worst of all, my customers' personal info, names, addresses, phone numbers, could all be dumped online for other criminals to use. The decision was torture. Do I pay? My gut screamed no. I'd be funding criminals. But my business was about to die. 75% of small businesses say they couldn't stay open if hit with ransomware. I was about to become a statistic. What if I just paid? Maybe I'd get the key and we could forget this happened. But all the frantic research I did told me paying is a massive gamble. First, there's no guarantee the criminals will give you a key that works. They aren't exactly known for their customer service. Sometimes they take the money and ghost you. Other times, the key they give you is broken and just destroys your data. Even if you pay and get your files back, you've just put a huge target on your back. You've proven you're willing to pay, making you a top target for another attack. You're funding their entire criminal operation, helping them attack more people. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies scream from the rooftops, do not pay. This isn't some made-up story. This happens on a crazy scale. An attack on the Colonial Pipeline shut down a critical fuel line for the U.S. East Coast, causing huge panic and shortages. Hospitals have been locked down, forcing them to turn away ambulances and cancel surgeries, putting lives on the line. The world's biggest meat packer, JBS, had to stop operations, messing with the food supply. And while you hear about these giant attacks, most of the time, ransomware targets are small businesses just like mine, the ones criminals know can't afford to be down for a week. I felt completely trapped. Paying was a horrible idea, but not paying felt like a death sentence for my business. I was watching my dream burn to the ground, all from one stupid click. Just when I was about to give up, I remembered something my tech-savvy friend told me months ago. A conversation I mostly blew off, but a few things stuck. That conversation, plus hours of desperate research, gave me a way out, not just to recover, but to build a fortress so this could never happen again. You don't have to be a cybersecurity genius to protect yourself. You just need a plan. Here is the 5-step playbook to make your digital life so secure that you'll never even have to think about paying these criminals. Step 1. The ultimate escape hatch. The 3-2-1 backup rule. This is, without a doubt, the single most important defense you have. If you have clean, recent copies of your data, the attacker has zero power over you. A ransomware attack goes from a hostage crisis to just an annoying afternoon. It's called the 3-2-1 backup rule. It sounds technical, but it's dead simple. Have 3 copies of your data. The original on your computer, plus 2 backups. Store your copies on 2 different types of media. For example, one backup on an external hard drive and another in the cloud. Keep one of those copies off-site. This is the game changer. If your backup hard drive is always plugged into your computer, the ransomware can lock that too. An off-site backup is completely disconnected. This could be a hard drive you keep at your house, or way more practical, a cloud backup service. Cloud backup services are your best friend here. For a few bucks a month, services like Backblaze, Carbonite, or even Google Drive and OneDrive can automatically back up your files. They keep your data on their own secure servers, totally separate from your computer. If you get hit, you just wipe your machine clean and restore everything from that perfect cloud copy. This one step completely defangs ransomware. Step 2. Fortifying your walls, updates, and security software. Remember how attackers get in through those unlocked windows? Leaving your software outdated is just asking for trouble. Turn on automatic updates. Go into your Windows or Mac settings and turn on automatic updates. Do it for your web browser too. These updates patch the holes that criminals are trying to sneak through. It's the easiest defensive move ever. Use good security software. A good antivirus program is like a security guard for your computer. It scans downloads, watches for weird behavior, and can often block a ransomware attack before it even starts. Stick with trusted names like Bitdefender, Norton, or Malwarebytes and keep it updated. Step 3. The human firewall. Get smart and skeptical. The truth is, most cyber attacks need a human to make a mistake. That means you are the most important defense. You need to grow a healthy sense of suspicion. Inspect email addresses. Before you click, hover your mouse over the sender's name. The name might say your bank, but the email address is xvy783gh@random.com. That's a huge red flag. Beware of urgency. Phishing emails try to make you panic. They scream, your account is suspended, or suspicious login. If you get an email like this, do not click the link. Just open your web browser, type in the official website yourself, and log in there to check. Question attachments. Never open an attachment you weren't expecting, even if it's from someone you know. Their email could be hacked. If a coworker sends a weird invoice, just text them and ask if they sent it. That 5-second check can save you from total disaster. Step 4. The digital deadbolt, multi-factor authentication, MFA. Even if a criminal steals your password, MFA can stop them cold. It is the best way to stop them from logging into your accounts. MFA means you need more than just your password. You need a second thing, something only you have. Usually, it's a code sent to your phone or a fingerprint scan. It's like needing a key and a secret PIN to open a door. Turn on MFA for every important account, email, bank, social media, and especially your cloud backup. Yes, it adds 10 seconds when you log in, but it makes you 1,000 times more secure. Step 5. The principle of least privilege. This one is huge for businesses. The idea is simple. Only give people access to exactly what they need to do their job and nothing more. Before the attack, my one login had access to everything. A better way is to split things up. An employee who packs orders doesn't need access to the main company bank account. By limiting who can access what, you contain the damage if one person gets hacked. The ransomware can only lock up what that one user could touch. You need to understand, these attacks aren't coming from lone hackers in a basement anymore. Ransomware is now a massive, professional industry. There's even a model called Ransomware as a Service, or RaaS. This means top-level criminal groups build the ransomware tools and then lease them out to other, less skilled hackers for a cut of the money. It's a franchise model for cybercrime, and it's why these attacks have exploded. The barrier to entry is super low now, and they're targeting everyone from giant companies to your grandpa, and even our phones. This problem isn't going away, which is why your personal defense is so important. So, what happened to my bakery? That morning felt like it was over, but digging through my digital life, I found a tiny bit of hope. 6 months earlier, I'd signed up for a cloud storage service and had, almost by accident, synced my main business folder. I wasn't following the 3-2-1 rule perfectly, but I had one off-site copy. It wasn't easy. I had to completely wipe my computer, reinstall everything, and then spend a whole day restoring my files from that cloud backup. I lost about a week of new data that hadn't synced yet, but my business was saved. My recipes, my customer lists, my financials, all of it was back. I didn't pay the criminals a single penny. The attack was a brutal lesson, but it forced me to rebuild my business on a foundation of security. I now use the full 3-2-1 backup strategy. I have MFA on every single account, and I look at every email like it might be a trap. My business is now safer than it has ever been. You don't need to go through that nightmare to learn the lesson. You can take control today. The power to beat ransomware is in your hands, and it starts with what we just covered. Start with one thing today: set up an off-site backup. It's the ultimate safety net. If this video helped you, smash the like button and subscribe for more guides to staying safe online. Share this video with a friend or a small business owner. You could literally save them from a disaster. Check the description for a simple checklist of the 5 steps you can take to make sure you never have to pay the price. Stay safe out there.